Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 5th, 2018. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards and the township website.
At this time, everybody please silence or turn off your phones. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Here.
Councilman Halloran.
Here.
Vice President Crate.
Here.
Councilman Mumolo.
Here.
Councilman Fosman.
Here.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Here.
President DeYoung.
Here.
Thank you.
Everybody please ride for the salute to the flag in a moment of silence.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the March 27th meeting, please?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Halloran, second by Council Vice President Crate. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumolo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Abstain.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. First up this evening, we have 3 different presentations. First is our Historic Preservation Award. We have Christine Scheiss, the chair of the committee, along with the members of the Historic Preservation Committee. Would you all come forward and do your presentation, please?
Good evening. My name is Christine Scheiss. I'm the chairperson of the Brick Township Historic Preservation Commission. Each year, the commission honors a structure in Brick Township that's remained true to its original construction. Tonight, on behalf of my fellow commissioners, I'm presenting the 2018 Historic Preservation Award to Frank Liebel and Lauren Yeager Liebel, the current owners of the Herbert House. The Herbert House is located at 557 Herbert Lane. The farmhouse was home to the Herbert family, who were one of the original settlers of Herbertsville. It has a large open front porch and several outbuildings, including part of a Quaker meeting house that was moved from 18th Avenue to the property. Jacob Herbert and his wife Elizabeth Hance were its first occupants and may have been the builders of the home around 1800. The property remained in the Herbert family for over 200 years. In 2012, the property was deeded by will to Raymond Mount to the Brick Township Historic Society. The society sold the Herbert House to Frank and Lauren in 2015. Since taking ownership, the Liebels have been making repairs in an effort to preserve the property, including restoring the wood walls and stonework of the interior, converting an outbuilding to an art studio, and they've also begun restoring the exterior of the home. We thank the Liebels for their preservation of their beautiful farmhouse, and in recognition of their efforts, present them with the 2018 Historic Preservation Award. Thank you.
Picture. Thank you so much. Now for our next presentation, can I please have the Senior Services volunteers join me down here, down at the day? every May, the Administration on Aging, part of the Administration for Community Living, leads our nation's celebration of Older Americans Month. The 2018 theme, Engage at Every Age, emphasizes that you are never too old or young to take part in activities that can enrich your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It also celebrates the many ways in which older adults make a difference in our communities. Here in Brick Township, we have a thriving senior community that are active and engaged in all community aspects. Behind me are some of the volunteers that give their time, effort, and energy to the various programs that are offered at senior services through the township. They volunteer their time as support staff for their parties, dance instructors, crafters that make blankets and hats for those in need, Cause for Paws drivers who deliver pet food to those who can't get out and buy it, nutrition site support staff, AARP tax aides, and our senior advisory committee, who are the ambassadors to our senior communities. I would like to thank all of you, of course, for all of your work throughout the year, for engaging Brick Township, and I especially want to thank our Director of Senior Services, Zolma, and her staff, who do an absolutely fantastic job for a wide variety of activities and events and keeps our seniors really engaged throughout their different activities. So I have the resolution here. And it says the month of May 2018 has been designated throughout the nation as Older Americans Month, whereas Brick Township has a sizable population of older Americans with more than 18,000 residents over the age of 60. And whereas the theme for this year's recognition is Engage at Every Age, emphasizing that you are never too old to take part in activities that can enrich your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. And whereas the Township of Brick and our excellent Senior Services Department provides our seniors with guidance, activities, and events, and much more to help individuals live longer and healthier lives. So I have this resolution. You all can bring it to Senior Advisory on Monday if you'd like. So thank you so much for all you do. Thank you, everybody. Next, I'm going to bring up Bob Dewar from Leave Only Your Footprints for a short presentation. I just thought it was really good to have them come out right now, especially right before our summer season, and remind everybody to be respectful of all of our parks and beaches. So.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Thank you for this opportunity, audience. My name is Bob Dewar. I'm with the Manasquan Board Riders Club, a 501c3 club made up of surfing advocates. We primarily put ourselves together for beach usage, advocacy of the beach, and the promotion and management of the Manasquan Classic Longboard Contest, which is celebrating its 26th year. We put together a program. Essentially, I put a flyer out and gave everybody a copy. I put a couple copies back there too, and quickly going over it. The idea of the Leave Only Your Footprints program, essentially we borrowed from a friend of ours down in Ocean City, Maryland, and in putting this together, we offered Manasquan Township the idea of putting together signage and also decals for all their receptacles on the beach. The idea of this, in that we designed it for subliminal messaging, it's not obtrusive. The idea of it is that people see it, but they kind of walk past it in some respects. But after a while, it starts to embed itself. To that point, I see too many people just haphazardly throwing stuff out their windows. If you drive down Route 18, or for that matter, Route 88, you see this stuff all over the place. I hate to say it's a habit, but it seems to be a habit. And the one places we would like to see it not be a habit is on our beaches. Of course, these beaches are used mostly the 3 months out of the year, but we are finding that it's being used year-round. And to that point, we offered Manasquan the idea of putting these signage up on the receptacles, on their entrance and exits. We also have stencils. We have also done vehicle decals, and the town embraced it, and lo and behold, we've heard during the course of the last season that it has dropped almost 50% in regards to how much junk that is left on the beach. That is to say, we started to promote this through Surfers Environmental Alliance, and we've even gotten an invitation from the American Littoral Society to take this on to an even larger basis. To that end, it has gone from Manasquan to Point Pleasant to Monmouth Beach, Elberon, Long Branch. Avon just invited us to go up there. I know that Surfers Environmental Alliance handed it out at their last paddle around New York, and it's in Hawaii, it's in Puerto Rico, and I just got an email tonight from somebody in Cameroon who picked it up. I don't know where he got it from, but it's fine. The point of this is that it's such a good message, and with the support of American Water, Manasquan Bank, and the Surfers Environmental Alliance, we are offering this to the town of Bricktown to place in their public parks, coming on and off the beach, wherever they can place it, that it's, going to drive a message for free. All you got to do is tell me how many you need. I'll be glad to give them to you. We are also offering this to other towns. If other people do know of other towns that would like to get in on this, we would be more than happy to present, or for that matter, offer the same to them. I hope to hear from you soon. Our website is www.mbrc.club. The email is info@mbrc@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you,
Thank
Bob.
you.
You'll hear from us
Thank you.
very soon.
Yeah, we would definitely want the signs.
Yeah, you just have to tell them how many.
Yeah.
Okay, we just don't need to know how many. Okay, all right. We'll figure that out. How many?
Excellent,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. We are going to be moving on from our presentation to our consent agenda. Madam Clerk.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. Resolutions. 4-1, recognize Older Americans Month. This resolution recognizes Older Americans Month by honoring and celebrating the contributions of the more than 18,000 residents over the age of 60 in Brick Township. Resolution 4-2, authorize 2018 temporary capital budget. This resolution authorizes the temporary capital budget based upon the completed capital bond ordinances that will be introduced later this evening. Resolution 4-3, authorize receipt of bids, professional medical services. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for professional medical services, including pre-employment physicals, fit-for-duty testing, and drug and alcohol collection services for new and existing employees at the provider's facility and at designated township sites. The current contract is for 1 year and will expire on August 11th, 2018. Resolution 4-4, authorize receipt of bids, computer and printer supplies. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for computer and printer supplies. Under the contract, the township spends approximately $20,000 per year to maintain the township's computer system, printers, fax machines, etc. We go out to bid annually to ensure we are getting the most competitive prices for these supplies. The current contract is for 1 year and will expire on August 23rd, 2018. Authorize receipt of bids, vehicle repairs. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for various repairs to township vehicles on an as-needed basis. The current contract is a 2-year contract and will expire on June 12th, 2018. Resolution 4-6, authorize award of bid printing services. This resolution authorizes the award of bid for printing services on an item per item basis to the following vendors in accordance with the schedule of prices: Concept Print, Nyack, New York; TC Squared LLC, Kenilworth; PDEC Safeguard, Eatontown; Ridgewood Press, Ridgewood; Erner Berry Publications, Toms River. The township received a tie bid for UCC F-221B approval for building fluorescent green sticker with black ink sized 4¼ by 4¼ The unit price of $82 for both years was submitted by Concept Print and Ridgewood Press. Our township attorney will now conduct a coin toss to break the tie.
I did. One of my areas of expertise is coin toss. There are ties between Concept Print and Ridgewood Press, both bid $82 per year per unit. So I'll do heads for Concept Print and tails for Ridgewood Press. And it is heads. Heads of the
Congratulations, Concept. Resolution 4-7. Authorize award of contract digitization of property record cards through U.S. Communities National Cooperative. This resolution authorizes an award of contract to Rico USA Mount Laurel in an amount not to exceed $20,000 for multi-function devices, managed print services. The Township Archivist would like to utilize the U.S. Communities National Cooperative Purchasing Program for the digitization of property tax cards. The U.S. Communities has a contract available for this service with Rico USA. The project includes document preparation, scanning, indexing, and electronic delivery of an estimated of 175,000 tax cards. With only 3 staff members in archives, digitizing the 175,000 records could easily take over a year to accomplish. An outside vendor can accomplish the same project in 2 or 3 months. Our archivist is recommending the digitization project contract to Rico USA as the most cost-effective and efficient means of completing the project. Resolution 4-8, authorize change order number 1, janitorial supplies. This resolution authorizes a change order in the purchase and delivery of janitorial supplies contract. One of the previously approved successful bidders has notified us and cannot fulfill their obligation on 2 items. This resolution rescinds the bid awarded to All American Poly and awards it to the next lowest bidder, General Linen and Paper. Resolution 4-9, authorize change order number 1 final, curb and sidewalk replacement and construction at various locations. This resolution authorizes the final change order in the curb and sidewalk replacement and construction various location project awarded to A-Team Concrete South River. The change order is a decrease in the amount of $1,082.07. Resolution 410, authorize addition to the alternate prosecutor pool. This resolution authorizes the addition of Suzanne Brennan of the firm Grace Mamaro and Associates to the alternate prosecutor pool. Resolution 411, denial of motor vehicle sales license, Robinson's Garage. This resolution denies the application by Robinson's Garage for motor vehicle sales license. Ordinance 466-5 states that council can deny the application for Robinson's to sell used cars. It is the recommendation of municipal officials and the township attorney that the township deny the application based on the existing conditions and the property owner's repeated failure to address those issues. Resolution 412 prohibits smoking at 2018 township-sponsored events. This resolution prohibits smoking at Windward Beach and township parks during the 2018 event series, including but not limited to Summerfest series, Kids Night Out, Movies in the Park, Farmers Market, and Fall Fest. Resolution 413, authorize placement of tax liens for property cleanup. This resolution authorizes the placement of a tax lien in the amount of $705.02 at 404 Silverton Road. Resolution 414, authorize special events permit, PC Richard & Sons tent sale. This resolution approves a special events permit for a tent sale between the hours of 9:30 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. from June 4th to June 20th at PC Richard & Son on Route 70. Resolution 415, authorize special event permit, Soldiers Not Forgotten event. This resolution authorizes a Soldiers Not Forgotten live concert from 2 to 6 p.m. Sunday, July 22nd at Anytime Fitness, 34 Lanes Mill Road. Resolution 416, bond releases and reduction. Madam Clerk.
416A is a performance bond and inspection fund release for Sprint Spectrum on Hooper Avenue, a performance bond in the amount of $24,451.87, and a cash performance bond in the amount of $2,723.89. 416B is a performance bond and inspection fund release for Comcast Cable for Burnt Tavern Road in the amount of $6,653.63. 416C is an inspection fund release for Lions Head Association North on Courtshire Drive in the amount of $120.66. 416D is an inspection fund release for Alan Kornblatt on Princeton Avenue in the amount of $393.63. 416E is an inspection fund release for Scott Geldhauser for Route 88 East in the amount of $83.20. 416F is an inspection fund release for unlimited contracting on Route 88 in the amount of $478.16. 416G is an inspection fund release for Type A Properties LLC on Herbertsville Road in the amount of $704.06.
Thank you. 417, tax collector. Mrs. Bergen.
Thank you. 17A, tax overpayment for the year 2009. There is one in the amount of $1,931.77. And 17B is a tax overpayment for the year 2010. There is one in the amount of $1,043.32.
Thank you. Resolution 418, authorize business administrator to enter into contract online auction for purchase of bulk electricity and/or natural gas. This resolution authorizes the business administrator to sign a contract if there are favorable results of the online auction for the purchase of bulk electricity and/or natural gas. The township currently uses the services of Flat Exchange to conduct online auctions for the sale of solar renewable energy credits for the panels on the rooftop at Town Hall. This system is similar with the exception that the auction is handled by Concord Energy, the township's energy consultant for our utility accounts, and the solar array at the landfill. When it comes to electricity, the market moves quickly, and prices are frequently change. In order to get the optimal pricing, we need to authorize our business administrator to sign the contract when the price is right. This authorization is procurement for our electricity accounts and streetlights. Our consultants are using this as a chance to gauge the market or natural gas in the event we can get cheaper prices on that as well. So that ends our consent agenda. Any comments or questions from council?
None.
Can I have a motion or a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Ponterero, second by Councilman Fosman. Open to public. Yes, Ms. Call. Oh,
Tipping of a strong old lady.
Now I have to check what, trying to write everything down. Was there a figure given about the contract for 4/7 digitization of property record cards?
it's not to exceed 20,000.
Not to exceed 20,000. And also on this Concord bulk electricity and natural gas, when the price is right, do I understand you're giving the business administrator the authority when the price is right, and will we get an update when that happens as to what the price was at that moment and that an agreement has been entered into?
Yes, hi, Mrs. Cole. So, yes, when they gauge the market and determine that the price is right, that will most likely happen on a day in between council meetings. So this allows me to authorize the sale, at which the following council meeting, I will provide a report on the sale and how much it generated for the township.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I did find the other one that I wanted. It was 411.
You said something about the conditions at Robinson's Garage. Can you give the audience an idea of what those conditions were that caused you to deny the motor vehicle sales license?
If it's okay, Council President? All right.
Absolutely.
So, I asked if it was all right to answer because I have been meeting with the owner of the garage for quite some time, well over a year on many occasions. It is a vehicle maintenance garage that had the approval to have a few spots available to sell cars. And that has kind of transitioned where it's not an auto repair shop. It is mostly a location where cars are kept for sale, and mostly for sale for junk purposes as opposed to what you would expect from a used car lot. So it's not allowed to be a used car lot, and it's certainly not allowed to be a storage facility for junk material. It's approved as a vehicle maintenance garage with a few spots available for the sale. And we have been working with him in an attempt to transition it back to what it was approved to be, and have not had any success.
So I think you've answered the question that came to me as you were answering mine, that at this moment, they are not approved for a license to do anything. No repairs, maintenance, sales, or anything.
This is just for the sales, so they are no longer allowed to do any motor vehicle sales, but he can continue to operate as a garage.
So right now, he may continue to operate
To
as
repair
a
vehicles, correct.
repair garage maintenance of cars. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Seeing none, close public, roll call.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on, Bill Resolution Computer 2018.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $12,715,127.35.
Thank you. Open to council. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can I have a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Halloran, second by Councilwoman Zapsik. Public comments or questions, please? Seeing none, close public. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Abstain on New Jersey press media, and yes to the rest.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Abstain CME Associates, and yes to the rest, please.
Thank you.
Resolutions 420, Bill Resolution Manual 2018.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $1,612,605.29.
Thank you. Questions, comments from council? Motion and a second, please.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Pontarero, second by Councilman Halloran. Any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none, close public, please. Roll call.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now we are on to our ordinances on first reading. There is no hearing on the first reading. 5-1, bond ordinance, 5-year life.
Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements and acquisitions in and by the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,145,643, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,088,361 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof.
Thank you. I'm going to do one explanation for all of our bond ordinances because it's basically the same thing. It's just different years and used for different things. So the 2018 municipal budget was approved with $8.5 million in capital expenditures for equipment and projects. Everything from lawnmowers to garbage trucks are included in the capital budget, along with road paving and park improvement projects. Our department heads have been working with the mayor and administration to prioritize their needs. What started out as more than $25 million in requests were reduced to $8.5 million thanks to their efforts. Once those items and projects were identified, these bond ordinances were prepared in the appropriate useful life category of the item, as outlined by state statute. For example, items such as lawnmowers and garbage trucks are in the 5-year ordinance. Most IT-related items such as computers, laptops, and printers are in the 7-year ordinance. Police equipment, including radios and upgrades for the radio infrastructure, rifles, and tasers are in the 10-year ordinance. And large-scale projects such as park renovations and roadway and other capital improvements are in the 15-year ordinance. Can I have a motion and a second on the 5-year life?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Halloran and second by Councilwoman Zapsik. Anybody from council, questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 5-2, bond ordinance, 7-year life.
Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements and acquisitions in and by the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $774,600, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $735,870 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Zapsik, second by Councilman Fosman. Open to council. Seeing none, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 5-3, bond ordinance, 10-year life.
Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements and acquisitions in and by the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $4,522,500, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $4,296,375 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof.
Thank you. Can I please have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Halloran, second by Council Vice President Crate. Questions or comments? No. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 5-4, bond ordinance, 15-year life.
Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements and acquisitions in and by the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $2,057,257, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,954,394 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof.
Thank you. Can I please have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Pontarero, second by Councilman Halloran. Questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes. Resolution 5-5, amend Chapter 329, registration of defaulted mortgage and vacant property.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending the Township Code of the Township of Brick to repeal Chapter 329 entitled Property Foreclosures in its entirety and replace it with Chapter 329 to be entitled Registration of Defaulted Mortgage and Vacant Property.
Thank you. The township is looking to enhance our ability to hold banks responsible for vacant and abandoned properties. This ordinance allows us to start fresh with a new approach, specifically by developing a registry of properties in the foreclosure process. The ordinance requires an in-state property manager with contact information to ensure accountability should the property fall into disrepair and code enforcement actions are necessary. At the time of initial registration, a non-refundable semi-annual registration fee of $500 is required. This fee is due within 10 days and will be deposited into a special account dedicated to the cost and implementation and enforcement of this ordinance. If a mortgage is sold, the new mortgagee is required to register with updated information. This ordinance is focused completely on vacant properties in the foreclosure process. The main goal is to ensure compliance with the township's property maintenance code and to encourage banks to invest in the property to get it back on the market for families so that neighborhoods continue to flourish. The development of the registry as outlined in this ordinance puts the burden of responsibility on the banks to properly notify the township of relevant contact information. This allows our contact enforcement officers to do their work, ensuring compliance with property maintenance code instead of chasing down elusive bank representatives. Can I please have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by, is that Council Vice President Crate, second by Councilman Halloran. Questions and comments from council? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
Councilman Mumalo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes. We now open it up to public comment section.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Who will be up first? Mr. Sluka.
Good evening. I'll read my letter dated March 3rd to Mayor Ducey, Council President DeYoung, and all the Brick Council members. We need to take action, and action now. According to many studies, including those authorized by Autism Speaks, the toxins in the air from vehicle air pollution is at least a contributing factor in increasing incidences of autism, childhood asthma, and other lung disease. In adults, the problems associated with the environmental destruction of Garden State Parkway have caused increased suffering from COPD, other lung ailments, and increased levels of heart disease among many of our residents, and continues to lead to premature deaths of our township's older Americans. Each and every one of our citizens face toxins forced upon them by the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners. A 14-foot pollution, noise, and safety wall is needed in many areas of Brick surrounding the Garden State Parkway. Along with a wall, trees, plants, shrubs, and other items like that need to be replenished to protect our citizens. Some people of Evergreen Woods Condominium Association have triggered the alarm, but more and more citizens of Brick Township are noticeably impacted by the man-made, greed-driven destruction of the once scenic Garden State Parkway. We must ask ourselves if we are all satisfied with the commissioners of the NJTA. One wonders if we will ever wake up, and if we're wondering if we spoke up to help our citizens or just were happy with the status quo. One wonders if the autism and asthma associated with vehicle-driven toxins could have prevented or been curtailed if we each stood up individually and spoke up against those powerful bureaucrats on the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. One wonders if the suffering from heart and lung ailments could have been mitigated if we stood up individually and spoke up against those bureaucrats on the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. One wonders if the agony of our citizens that have contracted emphysema and chronic bronchitis could have been prevented if we each stood up individually and spoke up against those powerful bureaucrats in the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. One must wonder if we spoke up individually against the powerful bureaucrats of the New Jersey Turnpike Authority and did all we could do for the pregnant women of Brick to stop the toxins that cause stillbirths and low birth rates of our children that are yet to be born. One must wonder if someday we will wake up and realize that we let the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners ruin the lives of the Brick residents, and now it has impacted a member of our family, or is it too late then to speak up? To paraphrase and adjust a famous quote, let me remind everyone here in Brick and Ocean County of the ways the bureaucracy works through segregation and separation. First, they harm the working class people of Evergreen Woods. but I did not speak out because I didn't live in Evergreen Woods. Then they harmed the working class people of Primrose Gardens, but I did not speak out because I didn't live in Primrose Gardens. Then they harmed the seniors of Greenbrier, but I did not speak out because I didn't live there either. Then they harmed the students of Brick High School, but I didn't speak out because I was not a student of that high school. Then they expanded even further and started to harm the health of me and my family, and there was no one left to speak for me. Let us not wait until a member of our family is impacted by the toxins in Brick created by the Commissioners of New Jersey Turnpike Authority. We must act and act now. A combination of additional shrubbery and forestation, as well as that 14-foot pollution safety noise wall, may entail some of the damage brought about by the illegal actions of the Commissioners of the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. With the history of illness such as autism, emphysema, and COPD in this area, and a track record of abuse by the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners, the township leaders and the rest of the people need to step up with renewed enthusiasm to help the people of Brick Township and of all of Ocean County overcome the abuses by the commissioners, by a commission that has run amok. And sorry I didn't say John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. I yield back 10 seconds. Thanks for your time.
Next, Ms. Call.
Nan Carl, 18 Greenbrier Boulevard. There is a whole bunch of things I'd like to speak on, and I will do the best I can to get as much of it out of my system before you cut me off. The first thing I want to bring to your attention, number one, well, first, even before, who up here represents me? I've asked it before. I can't find the person that's listening to mine or John Sluka's problems and actively taking a part in resolving them. Now that we don't have Chris Christie as our governor, and you have a partisan governor who thinks Brick is great. I heard him say that when he swore people in at the beginning of the year. Well, I don't think Brick is great. It has gone way downhill since I first moved here, and even more so from the late 60s and on, when I used to come here to do shopping because my dad lived very close by in Howell. And we spent a lot of time with him. My blessed grandmother was his mother and lived with him. So now, the first thing I want is, this is a town council meeting. You're not listening to us, the old people, but you take time to recognize a student of the month. I would like to see that stop after the June meeting. The student awards and recognition belong in the school. Generally, I truly mean in the school, not even at a school board meeting. Want to give out awards to students? Then I make a suggestion that it be to no grade lower than 7th, 8th, and high schools, and have them do a report. I've got a whole bunch of subjects that I'll give them that you can have them report to us. Number one is in reference to, but not on, a book that I am starting to read by Mike Lee, Our Lost Constitution, and it hits a nerve that I've been saying for years. Nobody is following our Constitution in this day and age in any elected office. Nobody is a public servant. They serve their own selfish ideas. So things like that, let them go over point by point what the Constitution says should be done. Another thought, let them explain about Robert's rules, and that the move, if anything, the chair says, do I have anyone to move? Whatever the agenda item is. And no discussion takes place until the move is made and seconded, not by the council, not by anybody else. I can get you information from a professional parliamentarian, if you like, that I took courses with. There is so much. How about the New Jersey State Constitution? Have them come in and give a presentation on what's in our state constitution, what's in the organization of Brick, and how we should be operating. We are the old people. We don't want to hear a student of the month. Most of us no longer have it. And my students of the month, it was in Jackson. Oh yeah, wait, Ocean County. My little guy, almost 10, couple of weeks. He at least got recognized in his school for his poster of what looked to me like a, what do you call those rides, the amusement ride, roller coaster, and the cars say, "It sure is fun," and sure is spelled S-H-O-R-E. And sure won it down in his school level. He didn't win the county one, but he had a great expression, I felt. That belongs in the school, not here. We pay enough in taxes, and we get hit with it. You don't have to take our time to have them get awarded. There's so much more. In particular, I would like to mention, I picked all these things up because I came very early, and I found free mammograms, transportation available as needed. The Central and South Jersey affiliate of Susan G. Komen has awarded a grant to Meridian Health. The grant provides free breast health education, transportation, and mammogram screenings. To access the grant, you must meet following criteria. And that side of the card says Susan G. Komen, which I know started up in the Boston area because I used to work up that way or travel there. And on the right-hand side is to learn about free mammograms and transportation. Call Dawn Smith at Meridian Health. I happen to know there used to be a young lady who attended these meetings regularly. Her husband was involved, and lo and behold, they had no health insurance. And Debbie got breast cancer. However, she had no insurance, and she went to Ocean Medical, and they treated her there, and she was quite upset because she felt she was taking charity, and they gave her to understand, listen, you've paid your dues. This is for you as well as it is anyone else. These are the kind of things I want to hear out of you during your council comments, which should have come before mine. Not the nonsense of you patting yourself on the back because you went to a ribbon cutting or what have you. So I'll leave the rest for the next time.
Anyone else? Closing public. Mrs. Bergen, please.
Comments, thank you.
Mayor.
Thank you very much. So after the last meeting, I didn't think it was appropriate, but I wanted to really thank Maureen Laffey-Berg, our CFO, and Joanne Bergen, our business administrator, for the budget presentations that they did last week. They did an excellent job. They answered all the questions that were presented to them. And I know, we're used to Joanne being here all the time and, having to speak into the microphone, and she's great at it. But Maureen's definitely, that's not her forte by any means. She's a great CFO, and I'm so happy that I was able to appoint her to be the CFO. But she's not used to, being on the spot and answering questions on the microphone and being on TV and all. So I really think that she did an excellent job, and I just wanted to point that out to everybody. Our beach replenishment project is happening. It started on April 9th. It looks, really great. Right now, they are working at our Brick Beach 3, and I had the opportunity to be able to go out there and check it out today. And it is a very, very large beach. Looks great. The beach is so much bigger than it used to be. The water's far out, a lot further away than it used to be. And the sand is dark right now. It will definitely dry up, which then would cause it to also bleach from the sun, and so it's going to dry and get to be the lighter color. Right now it's a little bit darker than what we're used to, but that's part of the process, and it's going to take time for that to happen. It's not going to be like a sunny weekend and it's going to be perfect right away, but it will definitely do it over time. Some great things we have coming up here in town. that everybody should know about out there at home. Our senior citizen prom is Friday, May 11th, from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Just call Recreation for reservations, 732-262-1044. It's a great evening where our senior citizens around town get to be with our seniors from our high schools and our National Honor Society students. And they serve dinner, and they dance together, and there's a king and queen named, and it's an overall great community night. We have our resident construction drop-off this Saturday, May 12th, up at our hill off of Sally Ike. So if you have anything that you've been saving for that construction drop-off, Saturday's the day, May 12th. We'll have another one at the end of the summer / early fall. Sustainable Brick Committee, they do a great job as far as our environmental needs here in town, along with our Environmental Commission. But our Sustainable Brick Committee will be hosting a home energy audit program Thursday, May 17th at 7 o'clock at the Civic Plaza. And they have ideas basically with this energy audit of how you can save money at home on your own utility bills. So it's another thing that we're offering through the township to help people out in their lives and to make you aware of these things. Our first farmers market begins May 19th. It is Saturday. It's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. this year, so we have longer hours. We have more vendors than ever. Again, giving you healthy choices out there. So there's all the vegetables and fruit. They're not really probably going to be much available May 19th. They'll be coming later on in the season, of course. But there's a lot of things out there that you can buy in the meantime. Kielbasi and
Ravioli.
Bread and ravioli and lobster ravioli and smoothies. So you can get ready for the healthy stuff to come. And then also May 19th, it's the township. We're celebrating for the first time ever Kids to Parks Day. And what we decided to do here, we're going to have a bus tour. Starts from Civic Plaza, and it's called Kids to Parks Day, but it's available for all ages, of course. Parents can go with the kids. Grandparents can go by themselves. It's just another great community event that we offer. And it's a bus tour that's going to go around to 6 of our parks to showcase 6 of our parks. A lot of people know your park in your neighborhood, but you might not have gone over to where we have a great pickleball and dog park. You might not have gone to where we have our awesome fishing pier at Lake Riviera and so on. So it's a great opportunity for everybody to be together on a bus. Our township historian, Gene Donatello, has created a pamphlet which is kind of informative shows some pictures about, as you're going on the trip, they're going to explain that that's what that used to be, and now we can look at it and whatever it happens to be now here in Brick Township. And I just want to wish all the moms out there, including my mom and my wife Deirdre, a happy Mother's Day, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Starkey?
Nothing, thank you.
Jen? Councilwoman Zapsa?
Thank you, Council President. I just want to remind everyone the 2018 Cultural Arts Series is underway. The brochure is now out. You can pick up a copy here. It's online. You can get it at the Recreation Department. These are concerts that will take place throughout the summer months at Traders Cove, Marina and Park, and then there's also theater events that take place at the Bob Anstatt Cultural Arts Center on Herbertsville Road. This is the theater events are a partnership with Guild Theater Works, so there is a $5 admission fee, and reservations are required for those. The concerts at Traders Cove are free, and this is funded in part by a grant from the Ocean County Cultural and Heritage Commission. I had the opportunity to attend Barefoot in the Park at the Cultural Arts Center on Sunday afternoon. It was a wonderful show, and considering that you can't go to a movie for $5 anymore, you definitely get your money's worth. And also the 2018 Recreation book is out. Again, those are available here at the Recreation Department. They probably went home with all of the school students. There is, every year I'm just amazed at how much more our Recreation Department offers. So I would urge everyone to pick up a copy. There is definitely something in here for everyone, and take advantage of everything that Brick Township has to offer. And that's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Halloran?
Thank you, Council President. I just have one thing, which is Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and wish them a happy day, and it should be every day because they do so much for us all. So Happy Mother's Day, enjoy the weekend, and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Vice President Cree?
Yes, I'm just going to say a little bit more about the Home Energy Information Forum that's going to take place at Civic Plaza on May 17th at 7 p.m. The mayor just mentioned it. Part of the reason the Environmental Commission and the Green Team put this together is because we wanted to get the word out about all the different savings opportunities that are out there that you may not be aware of. So if you come to the forum, you can learn how to save energy and money in your home. There's going to be a lot of presenters there, including the New Jersey Clean Energy Home Performance with the Energy Star program. The Clean Energy Partners program will be there. New Jersey Natural Gas will be there. They're going to give you detailed information about how to get a home energy audit. And the information is great, and there is absolutely no voluntary sign up. It's all voluntary. If you're interested in any of the programs, you can sign up voluntarily. If you go and just get the information and you like what you hear, you can leave with that information, and that's all that's required. So we hope to see some people out there getting some good information on Thursday, May 17th at 7 p.m. at Civic Plaza. The other thing that I wanted to mention, as Councilwoman Zapsik noted, we got our recreation. I wait all year for this to come out. It's like, it's sort of like my Bible of what's going on in Brick, and I love it. And one of the items that's listed in here, if you didn't see it, if you haven't looked through your whole program yet, is something that's near and dear to my heart. It's called the Take 5 Photo Challenge. It's on page 22 at the bottom, if you're looking in particular. Basically what it is, it's a photo challenge. It's registration's open, so if you go to if you go online at the Recreation Department, you can register online, or you can call the Recreation Department to register. And essentially what we're looking for are your 5 best photos of anything you like in Brick, anything that you feel makes Brick your hometown. So it could be our parks or our beaches, or it could be something as simple as a barbecue in your backyard, or your family, or whatever makes you happy to be here in Brick. And it's open to all ages. So if you have, you know, a 2nd or a 3rd grader who loves to take pictures, they can submit their photos as well. And all the instructions are online when you go to register. And the great thing about this is anybody that sends their photos in, their top 5 photos, we are going to have a gallery night on Thursday, October 18th, which I realize is far away, but it gives you the whole summer to take pictures of your favorite things. And the mayor will be there that evening, and we'll be awarding some prizes to the top photos. So we hope to get lots of pictures. We're really looking forward to seeing what you think as the public makes Brick special. So thanks so much, and have a great night.
Thank you. Councilman Mumolo.
Thank you. I had the pleasure of going to the Challenger Dance. I want to thank all the students that came and helped out to support all of the children that attended. The mom and Little Prince dance, I went to that the other night too. It was a great turnout. So very good job there. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. Thank you. All the moms, not everybody.
Councilman Fosman.
Thank you. I'd just like to talk a little bit about the farmers market. It'll be opening up on the 19th. The Public Works Committee, Lisa Crate, Mariana Ponchonero, and myself, we will be handing out reusable shopping bags. We're going to have 200 with information inside the shopping bags to show you what to put in your recycling. And we're asking everybody to bring their single-use plastic bags in exchange for this bag. So when you come down to the market, please do that, and we'll give you reusable shop bags. We're trying to get rid of the single-stream plastic bags that they use in ShopRite and everywhere else, to try to get away from that. As everybody knows, Point Beach already did that. They already got rid of it in their town. But we have good people in our town, and the community should be aware that, you know, to reuse those shopping bags, the reusable ones. And even when they go to ShopRite, to do that. And you know, I hope our restaurants see all the efforts that we're making to try to get the stuff out of the dumps, and maybe even our local restaurants, maybe they can start getting some biodegradable straws, stirs, because that really affects the marine life out there. And I think it'd be a good idea for them to just start doing it on their own without somebody creating something and making them do it. You know, they should just do this on their own. So we'll be there, and just come on down. It should be a great time, and get some fresh fruit and everything, whatever's available. And I'd just like to say the gun turn-in the other day, everybody knows about it. There was 13 guns handed in, and they were mostly from people who inherited them, or their spouse died and they had the guns, they didn't want them, and that's basically what it was. They didn't get no money or anything. They're just anybody who just wanted to hand it in can do it, and it worked out. Got 13 guns away. And this way, you figure if someone robbed somebody's house that had it, they wouldn't steal that gun. So it was a benefit. And I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to my wife Vera. And that's all I have for this evening. Thank you.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Thank you. We have our neighborhood watch meetings are still continuing. Tonight, in fact, while we were conducting our meeting, the neighborhood watch meeting for Cedar Bridge Manor area was going on in the AB rooms. That doesn't mean that you lost out if you didn't get to attend that meeting. If you're part of that neighborhood, you can contact the town. We'll tell you when the next meeting is going to be and contact you and get your information. The next meeting for Neighborhood Watch is going to be May the 22nd, and that is for the Chambers Bridge area. And it's going to take place at 175 Chambers Bridge Road at the community room, and that's at 7 p.m. May 22nd. So if you're part of the Chambers Bridge neighborhood, that's your night. And then May 29th, we're going to have a 7 p.m. Neighborhood Watch meeting for the Cape Breton area. That's the Cape Breton neighborhood. Going to take place at 51 Bretonian Drive at the clubhouse, so 7 p.m. May the 29th. Apart from that, have a wonderful Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my wife Crystal, to my mom Susan, and my mother-in-law Janice. Have a great night.
Thank you. Tonight I just would like to thank Bob Dewar for coming in and giving his presentation on Leave Only Your Footprints. I think it's important for us to be good stewards of our environment, especially our beaches and all of our parks. Make sure we do leave only our footprints. And of course to our senior services volunteers. Every year they do so much for our town and engage with our seniors here. And I really would just like to thank them wholeheartedly. As for our Buy and Brick update, we have Monmouth Computer Associates. They are new and offering 5% on labor-only costs and $10 off any new customers. So that's Monmouth Computer Associates. They're found on Drum Point Road. And also Added Touch Florists. They've been in business for over 30 years and have a 10% rebate on pretty much everything, but not including anything that is wired or out of state. I just want to wish, yesterday was my parents' 40th wedding anniversary, so I want to wish them a very happy anniversary and 40 years of my mother having to deal with my father. I love her. And I want to wish my mother a very happy Mother's Day and all the other mothers in town. So thank you so much. Our next meeting is May 22nd here at 7 p.m. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yay.